Everybody talks repeatedly about the benefits of growth, and naturally it's exciting and you want your business to grow as rapidly as possible. But there's a little known phrase called overtrading, which is responsible for many businesses in the UK going under. Now, overtrading essentially means that your business has taken on more work than it can cope with, and it doesn't have the cash to meet its liabilities. This means it can't do things like pay your employees or pay your suppliers, and therefore you're not able to finish a job and get paid yourself. And unfortunately, this sales success is actually a really common issue for businesses in the UK and results in many businesses becoming insolvent every year. So we'll take a look at the signs of overtrading and see what you can do to avoid it happening whilst you're on your growth plan in your business. So if I could ask you to hit the subscribe button really quickly down there on the right hand side, and then we can get going. So one of the biggest warning signs to look out for in a business for overtrading is that they are growing very quickly. Now, there isn't a blanket rule or a number that I can give you for what you should look out for, because it's relative to your business, your industry, and your business's capabilities and cash flow. But if you're seeing double-digit growth, and especially triple-digit growth, you should be cautious that you could be at risk of overtrading. Now, another sign of overtrading is that your profit margins are being squeezed and are fairly low. Now, the biggest one to look out for is your gross margin, which is your sales less your cost of sales. So if this is declining, or if it started quite low before, which is common for wholesale businesses, for example, then these are also industries that are quite prone to overtrading. And that's because your costs for your products relative to your sales is quite high. And especially if you hold stock, you're at a higher risk of overtrading. Now, another risk factor for overtrading is long payment terms. If you are working with big businesses, or if you're working on projects and there are multiple stage payments, this is also a risk factor that you need to consider. So even if you have really healthy profits, if your customers are taking a long time to pay you, then you're not generating enough cash in your business to support itself. And a final sign to watch out for overtrading is that you're borrowing money on a monthly basis just to meet your ongoing costs, and that the money that you're borrowing isn't for investment purposes, it's just to keep the business ticking over. Now, any one of these things, or even if you have all of them occurring in your business at the same time, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're overtrading and you need to panic, but they are signs that you might be at risk of overtrading. And if your growth continues, that risk also increases. So you need to take action now to know whether you are overtrading and what you can do about it. So perhaps you're planning some growth in your business, or you're already on that growth trajectory. The most important thing to protect you from overtrading is to have a comprehensive business plan at all times. And a really key element is the financial planning in this. You need to plan your profit and loss, and you need to plan your cash flow. Because when you do this planning exercise, if you are going to run out of cash and fall foul of overtrading, that will come out in your business plan. That means that you've got an opportunity to do something such as know where your limit is for your sales on a monthly basis, or even get some external financing into your business so that you don't run into problems. The second thing you can do to reduce your risk of overtrading is to really actively manage your supply chain. It's very tempting to just order everything upfront in bulk in one go, but you need to be timing your deliveries and therefore your payments to suppliers at exactly the right time, so that you're not holding stock or materials for any longer than you absolutely need to. The third thing you can do is to put appropriate payment terms in place for your customers. So particularly with long projects or long payment terms, you need to make sure that your customers are paying you at regular intervals and that those milestones are very contractually clear. The longer your customer takes to pay you, the more risk you're exposed to from overtrading. So you need to ensure that your customer is doing things like paying deposits and stage payments at regular intervals. So the fourth thing that you need to consider to avoid overtrading is balancing employees with outsourced contractors and temp workers, for example. With your employees, you're obviously paying them payroll every single month, and you don't have any flexibility in when you pay them or how you pay them. Whereas when you use contractors and you're paying on an invoice basis, you have a bit more flexibility around this, and you often get more payment terms. So whilst having lots of employees in your business may seem like a good thing because it gives you control and flexibility, it doesn't when it comes to cash flow. So if you are at a higher risk of overtrading, you might want to consider outsourcing some work or taking on some contractors instead. And make sure that you agree extra payment terms with them so that it's worth it. And the final thing that you can look at to help with overtrading in your business is to get some long-term finance. So this could be something like securing invoice financing or a business loan, so that you've got some certainty on what finance you've got in your business and how you're funding these projects. After all, overtrading generally happens when a business is growing, and therefore that is exactly what, as an accountant, I recommend financial products for, is when you want to invest in your business and grow. So if you need a little bit of help with your cash flow, it's not the end of the world, as long as you've got a business plan and you know that you can pay it back. So as always, make sure you take professional advice before seeking any financial products and ensure that you can make repayments. So have you ever considered overtrading before or thought that growth could be bad? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel.